Hi guys, it's April and I'm a touch earlier than I normally am, but why not? We're trying this today. I am also, it's probably going to be a shorter uh, stream. Lost my words. It's probably going to be a shorter stream since here in the US it is Mother's Day weekend, so we've got a couple plans that we need to run to. But I'm going to start on the butterflies. And I used this gorgeous butterfly as my reference since it does appear in the actual picture. And this is the, I can't say that Latin. It's not going to happen. So I looked it up online. And what it actually looks like is this. So that's what the actual butterfly looks like color-wise. So I decided to use those colors for all of the butterflies. So there's my reference photo. And so for that particular butterfly, I have all of the browns that I have used already. Just gonna kind of set those out there. I also pulled out a cream. So this is 116. I believe it is ivory. It's called ivory. I also, for that gray bluey part of the butterfly, I have a smoke blue, which is 379, and then I pulled out the orange and the lighter brown to go in that with that orange. It's kind of what I'm thinking for those butterflies. Is it going to work out the way I expect it to in my brain? I don't know, but we've got to try, right? My hair, sorry. Let me remove that. You don't need that. So I think I'm going to start probably with some of these darker colors first, which is what is my dark? Did I not? Did I pull out the wrong one? I think I did. That's fine. 86, 79. I don't need this one. Okay, so I have dark sepia, which is my Polychromos 175. I have my warm gray 6, which is 526. I have my chocolate, which is the Holbein 86. And then I have the Barista 179, which is a Polychromos. So I'm going to hit some of the darker parts first, so I don't accidentally lose them. And some of this might just be, I'm not going to get super detailed because these guys are so small. I think the detail would just get lost. So I'm making a rough estimate, and I'm probably not going to do a ton of layers. I'm just going to get color put down. Like I said, I think if you go too heavy with it, you're just gonna lose them. Tip of this butterfly is darker. And so I think what is going to end up happening that this picture is going to be a lot more earth tones than I originally expected it to be. Which honestly isn't a bad thing. It's not what I was originally thinking was going to happen. And maybe that works well because then those colored pencils are really going to stand out. Whoop! That would be the first pencil break. I think I'm going to be flying back and forth between a little bit of everything. Honestly, there's probably no wrong way to do this. Okay, get that smoke blue in there. And just kind of finish it all in with that ivory. I think I want to use all the same colors on all the other butterflies, even though that might not be true to that breed. Since this one was spotlighted on this page, I figured it could be the base. Oh my gosh, can't even tell that I colored that in ivory. It is slightly different than the rest of them, I promise. I wonder, hold on, let me it's just the contrast that I have right now. I think it's the camera setting it, but I think once some of this gets colored in, you'll start to see some of those ivory tones in there. I wonder if I could get a picture up of like like a whole bunch of different I do have this picture, but I can't. Okay. So this moth right here, can't really see it. That moth right there. So it looks like it's got mostly ivory tones, but I think I'm going to start with the 86, that body in place. I'm going to pull some of that into the wings here. Let's have some at the tips. Also going to pull a little orange these edges. This is the 117. Yes, so this is the 526. Get a little darker in. Whoopsie. Some of these areas. And then I'll use the 175 Polychromos. That body some depth. Come back with that 86, which is chocolate. But then we will off with that ivory and we'll blend those. Might come back with those darker colors and re-hit some of those dots. Ooh, you know what we could do is we've got that Sharpie that we used last time. This is one of the new Sharpie creative markers. I think I'm gonna put dots back in. I'll let that dry and I might mute some of those back up, but layer one of that butterfly. Okay, so then we have estimate of what look like. Wondering if we're going to start with the 175, which is the dark. I think I'm probably going a little rogue with this one. It's not 100% clear. When this one is. Is the 86. Back with the 526. Do I want to do smoke blue on this one? Smoke blue fading in. I'm going to add a light touch orange at the bottom. Not much. Come through with the 194. Through a little. So you got like a little pop in the center. I will zoom in so you guys can kind of see a little bit of what's actually going on. Just touch. We'll come through with that ivory. Blend everything out. There we go. You really still can't see the ivory on that one. It's filled in, I promise. This one up here. What do I want to do with him? Choices, choices, choices. So this is the 520, no, This is 175. So that's the dark sepia. Come in with that chocolate. Oranges. At the same time, again, do some of those blues. Some of that mustardy brown in there. You'll want to add in some darker. Yes. Blue in there. Okay. Kind of making all the butterflies feel like they're cousins. And so I think by doing this, the colored pencils are really going to pop if I choose really vibrant colors for those. Okay, so we got one butterfly left. So I think I'm actually going to get all the butterflies done today, which I wasn't actually expecting to do. So that is a happy accident. Okay. Do you think oh, what do I want to do? A little rogue. Okay. think it's just because these butterflies are so small. It's going to be hard to put too much detail into them. Let's out there a little bit. Got a couple minutes. A little further refining. Not that I can do much because color is pretty pressed in at this point. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I, of course, like always, I will take a better picture of it so that you can actually see like the difference between that ivory and the white of the paper. I mean, it's hard to pick up with the camera, at least with what I'm seeing on screen. But I know this was super quick and it kind of just came out of nowhere. But I am glad that I got to do even this quick stream. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to fit this into my schedule, but I am very glad that I did. So, for all of you that came and hung out with me for a little while or are watching this after the fact, thank you. I do hope that this kept your interest at least for a little while. This is looking very earthy right now, and it's not a color palette I normally am drawn to, but I am liking how it's turning out so far. I may or may not be streaming again next weekend. May is just a weird month for me, so I'm going to see if I can fit it in. I will definitely put up a notification on my channel for when that might be. So if you aren't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. So you can get that notification and you can set that reminder. And of course, I will post it on Threads and Instagram when I go live, so you can get notifications through there as well. I'm sorry this couldn't be a longer stream, but I did want to get a little bit of coloring in on this piece, and I didn't want you guys to miss it. So I do hope I will see you guys again next week. Oh, before I disappear, um, this is just the lid of the box. I got the Talons Pantone marker set, complete set, and I will be putting out a color chart for that in the next week or so. So look for that video to come so you can see all of the colors in that marker set. I'm kind of excited about it. I have just gone through and I have set them up in the color order that I think makes sense. So I will have that for you guys soon. Otherwise, I do hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I hope I will see you again next weekend. I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.